Dear friends, we have these four terminologies which we usually confuse. So today, let me clarify these four terms, these four words, and also tell you how you can become spiritual. I won't recommend the other three as usually, but spirituality, yes, that I will recommend. But for knowledge point of view, let us differentiate these four terms. So number one is spirituality. Spirituality, like spiritualism, come from spirit. Now, spirit is a synonym of soul, synonym of energy, force, vital force, something which is inside our energy source. So that is called spirit. For example, I am spirited today. I am spirited today means that I am, jubilant, I'm happy, I have a lot of energy, I have a lot of enthusiasm. I want to do a lot of things. So when you are spiritually strong, it means that your soul is strong, your character inside that is strong. Maybe there's a person who is physically very strong, but spiritually not strong. So spirit, that is the manifestation which is not body, which is not mind, but something beyond body and mind, which is not emotional, which is not physical, which is not mental, so that is spiritual. Some people think that the refined form of mind is soul or spirit. So, what is not physical? For example, I have my hands, I can catch with my hands, and I can, do things with my body, physical things. So, that is physicality. Now, spirituality, that is not physicality. So that is something abstract, that is not something very, very concrete. So most of the people, they are interested in physical things, not in spiritual things, because physical things are real. You can see it, you can touch it, you can taste it. So you food, that is something physical, so you eat it. For example, we say music is a spiritual food. So music, where is music? They are just vibes, just waves, some rhyme, rhythm, melody, symphony, some beautiful sounds together, and we feel all right. But we are not eating anything. We do not have anything solid, because that is spiritual, that is not physical. Now, spiritualism shares the word spirit with spirituality. But here, spirit is another spirit, that is like jinn, like ghost. There are some non-physical entities which are not human beings, which are not plants, which are not animals, but there are like jinns and ghosts and spirits, and somebody who dies, so he can come back to us, to this world, and we are praying and we are discussing that spirits are there, and the spirits of my elders, and people, things like that. So when something is not physical, but I am a human being, so I am physical. Animal is physical, plant is physical, stone is physical. We can see it, we can touch it. But there are some other entities which are not physical. So those entities, that is called spirit. That is another meaning of the word spirit. The first spirituality, spirit is energy. The second spirituality, spiritualism. So here the spirit is a ghost, or something which is not physical, which is not human, which is not animal. So some people, they can master those spirits. So this mastery, this command on the spirits, that is called spiritualism. So spiritualism, that is not something like scientific or something which is philosophical. Many people, they do not believe in such entities, in such objects, or in such kind of creatures which are not humans, but they are there. Some people call it jinnat, they call it jinn, ghost, spirits, so maybe angels in those entities. So some people, they have control on these spirits. So control, I have seen people, they have control on spirits. One of my teacher, he had control on spirits. One of my childhood friend, He did not speak a single language except Pashto. But when he would be in that situation, that jinns would possess him, so he would be speaking English, he would be speaking many other languages which he has never learned. So then we would call that spiritualist, who would come and he would talk to them in their language, and the spirits would leave the body, and then my friend would feel better. So that is called spiritualism, when you have control on spirits. Some people call it Amil, some people Amil Jinnat, that I have the control on the spirits or the second selves or Hamzad. There are different kind of categories of the spirits. Now we come to the next one, and that is mysticism. Now mysticism comes from mystery. There are some mysteries in the universe. Sometimes we do not understand things by our mind, by thinking, by rationality, by rationalism, or by experiment, by empiricism. We do not understand. There are so many secrets, so many mysteries in the universe. So we have to surrender. We have to do some exercises. We have to go to some ecstasies. We have to do some, kind of mystical exercises, and then we become a mystic personality, and then we have the power of mysticism. So mysticism, that is more outside. As we saw the spirits, there are some spirits in the universe, so that is spiritualism. Then we have our own energy, that is spirit, so that is spirituality. Now the universe is a huge universe, and this universe is mysterious. So many things happen which our mind, we do not understand mentally, we do not understand with our senses. So when our senses fail, and when our mind fail, so we become mystic. Then we go to mysticism, so that we connect ourselves to the outside world, and then we have mystical experiences. So that is mysticism. When we cannot achieve knowledge, or we cannot understand reality through our mind or through our senses, so our next approach, that is mysticism. It is not so scientific. Science does not believe in mysticism that much. Science has some connection with spirituality because energy is there. Energy is a scientific topic, so that's why spirituality, that is more scientific as compared to spiritualism, because science does not believe in spirits, and science does not believe in some mysteries. There may be some mysteries, but we can discover those mysteries scientifically, by scientific method. There is no need of some mystical methods. And the last one is Sufism. So Sufism, that is from the Islamic mysticism, that is called Sufism. When something is more spiritual and that is less ritual, and the people, they go to the inside, from outside they go inside, they do meditation, and they have their contemplations, but according to the religiosity, according to the religious injunctions, what Islam tells to the Muslims, so then that is called Sufism. Though I have seen and I know some Sufis who are not Muslims, but they declare themselves as Sufis. However, the mystical part of Islam, that is Sufism. Majority, like 95% Sufis, they are Muslims. So if you are not Muslim, you cannot become Sufi. But you can become spiritual, and you may claim that I have spiritualism or I have mysticism, because all these things are personal. For example, if you say that I am a spiritualist, I have control on spirits, so that you cannot demonstrate it. You cannot, conduct an experiment outside that the people can, you can demonstrate it that, yes, look, these are my spirits and I have got these spirits. I have gone through all these 4 stages. And then I discovered intuitionism, which is intuition when you do not go after universe, the universe come to you, direct experience. But my formula, that is RETI, R-E-T-I. RETI is rationalism, empiricism, transcendentalism, and intuitionism. First, you become rational, you use your mind, your critical thinking, your thoughts, your brain. Then you become experimental, empiricism. then you become transcendental. You go beyond these two. You neither use your mind nor you use your senses, but you become interested in nature, you're interested in literature, in poetry, in music. So that is called transcendentalism. And then the last one is intuitionism. So the sequence, the series should be ready. All of the sudden, you cannot become intuitional. You cannot have your intuitive faculties, though some other time I will be discussing hypnotism, mesmerism, hypnosis, animal magnetism. You know, things, there are some magnetic fields in the world. You may not have good chemistry with your neighbor, and you may have good chemistry with someone who is living in the east and you are living in the west. So you feel attraction to that person, though you do not know that person that much. So what is this? That is magnetism. There are some magnetic rays between two persons. You may not like your neighbor that you see that person daily, but there may be people that you might have even not met physically, but you feel some connectivity with those people. So my research that is on spirituality, I recommend spirituality that is more scientific, that is more philosophical. And when we become intuitional, so then we can become more spiritual when we have the power of energy, when we can demonstrate our energy in our actions, in our words, in our performance, in our achievements. So we are spiritual. We are not boring people. We are not tedious people. We do not have fatigue, because all the time we are energetic. All the time we are dynamic. So I hope you got the basics of these four terms: spirituality, spiritualism, mysticism, and Sufism. And we combine these things in intuitionism also, because intuition exists. Philosophy believes in intuition. That is under very severe research nowadays, that what is really scientifically what is intuition. So intuition does exist. There is existence of intuition. So spiritualism is not spirituality. Sufism is not spirituality. Mysticism is not spirituality. We must have this clarity of mind. So all the best, my dear friends.